Success in music is not random. It might look that way from the outside. A song goes viral. An artist suddenly appears everywhere. Millions of streams. Overnight, it feels like luck, but it's not. Behind the scenes, there's a system, and that system is heavily influenced by platforms like Spotify. Let's start with something simple. Every time you open Spotify, you don't see everything. You see a selection. Curated playlists, recommended tracks, suggested artists. And that selection is not random, it's controlled by algorithms, by data, by performance metrics. Spotify analyzes everything you do, what you play, what you skip, what you replay, and based on that, it decides what to show you next. Now imagine this at scale. Millions of users, billions of interactions, all feeding into a system that determines what music gets attention. And attention is everything. Because in today's music industry, visibility creates success. Not just talent, not just quality, visibility. Let's talk about playlists. Because playlists are one of the most powerful tools in modern music. Getting added to a major playlist can change an artist's life. Instant exposure, massive streams, new audiences. But here's the key detail. You don't control playlists. Spotify does. There are editorial playlists managed by teams and algorithmic playlists generated by data. Both have one thing in common. They decide what gets heard. If your song is selected, it spreads. If it's not, it disappears. This creates a gatekeeping system. But unlike the past, it's not controlled only by record labels. It's controlled by platforms. And that changes the power structure because now success is influenced by systems you don't fully see. Let's go deeper. Because algorithms don't just recommend music, they amplify it. When a song starts performing well, more people see it. When more people see it, more people listen. And when more people listen, the algorithm pushes it even further. This creates a feedback loop, a powerful one. Success generates more success. But here's the problem. If a song doesn't get initial traction, it never enters that loop. And without that loop, growth is almost impossible. So we end up with a system where a small number of songs dominate attention while millions remain unheard. Now think about what that means for artists. It's not enough to create great music. You need to trigger the system. You need engagement, retention, performance. And that shifts the focus. Artists start thinking about, how will this perform? Will people skip this? Can this get into playlists? The creative process becomes strategic. And that leads to an important question. Is music still about expression, or is it becoming optimized for algorithms? Because when platforms control visibility, they indirectly shape what gets created. Now let's talk about discovery. In the past, people discovered music through radio, through word of mouth, through physical stores. Today, discovery is digital, and that means it's filtered. Spotify decides what appears in front of you, what you notice, what you ignore. So when an artist becomes famous, it's not just because people chose them, it's because the system amplified them. And this is not necessarily a bad thing, because algorithms can also surface great music. They can help unknown artists grow. They can connect audiences with new sounds. But they also create imbalance, because control of attention is concentrated. And that leads to one of the biggest truths in modern music. Fame is no longer just earned, it's distributed. So the next time you see an artist blowing up, ask yourself, did people discover them or were they shown to people? Because in today's music industry, those two things are not the same. And once you understand that, you start seeing the system differently. Follow for the final episode where we reveal how smart artists break free from this system.